Stop truck one, stop. Stop.
Hello friends, around the world, more than 1 million flights travel from one place to another every single day. In India alone, about 70,000 to 80,000 flights operate daily. According to analysis, air travel is the safest transportation system in the world. Other systems like buses, trains, and ships are considered medium level in safety, and since they operate in large numbers, accidents and fatalities are much higher in those systems. Imagine you're traveling somewhere and your car suddenly runs out of fuel on the road. It may feel like a huge problem, right? But now imagine an airplane flying at 41,000 feet suddenly running out of fuel. Compared to that, your problem is nothing. This is exactly what happened in 1983 with Air Canada Flight 143. A day before the incident, the flight had traveled from Toronto to Edmonton, where it underwent regular maintenance. On the morning of June 23, 1983, the plane flew from Edmonton to Montreal. After arriving in Montreal, the flight crew changed shifts. A new pilot, Captain Robert Pearson, joined the flight. He had 15,000 hours of flying experience. In aviation, experience is measured in flight hours. His co-pilot was First Officer Maurice Quintal, who had about 7,000 hours of experience. At that time, Canada was transitioning from its old measurement system to the metric system. This change became one of the biggest causes of the incident. The Boeing 767 aircraft used the new system, but many others still used the old one. The refueling team made a critical mistake. They were supposed to load 22,300 kilograms of fuel, but due to confusion between kilograms and pounds, they loaded only 22,300 pounds, almost half of what was required. The flight crew also made a mistake. They confirmed the fuel without properly checking it before takeoff. After takeoff, when the plane reached over 41,000 feet, the captain noticed a warning signal indicating that the left engine had stopped working. The plane was halfway to its destination. They decided to divert to the nearest airport, but shortly after, the right engine also shut down. Now, the aircraft was gliding at 41,000 feet with no engine power. The electricity on the plane depends on the engines, so most systems stopped working. Only a few basic instruments remained operational. The pilots checked the emergency manual for instructions, but there was no guidance for a situation where both engines fail. It had never happened before. Captain Pearson decided to attempt an emergency landing using his experience. With limited instruments and visibility, he began descending the aircraft manually at high speed. The co-pilot calculated whether they could reach a nearby airfield. Suddenly, he remembered an old Air Force base in Gimli. They decided to head there, but they didn't know that the base had been converted into a racetrack, and a race was taking place with many spectators present. Fortunately, a nearby strip was empty. Despite extreme challenges, no proper steering, limited power, and unstable landing gear, the captain attempted the landing. The nose gear failed to lock properly. When the plane touched the ground, the nose collapsed, and the aircraft scraped along the runway. This friction actually helped slow it down faster and prevented a larger disaster. Within just 17 minutes after losing both engines, the plane landed safely. Miraculously, no one suffered serious injuries. Later, Captain Pearson was demoted for 6 months, and the first officer was suspended for 2 weeks due to their initial oversight. However, they were also awarded for their outstanding airmanship in saving so many lives. The aircraft was repaired and continued flying for years before being retired in 2008. No passenger on that flight could ever forget those terrifying 17 minutes. If you enjoyed this video, please share it. And if you love mysterious and fascinating stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. See you in the next episode. Stay safe and thank you.